Most people in America have owned a Lincoln Wheat Penny at some point, but very few realize that some of these 1-cent coins are worth hundreds, thousands, and in rare cases, life-changing money. Right now, collectors across the United States are actively searching for specific wheat pennies that most people overlook or spend without a second thought. In this video, I'm revealing the real value of Lincoln Wheat Pennies, the key details that make certain dates valuable, and why these historic U.S. coins continue to rise in demand. Watch this video all the way to the end, because the most important and valuable information comes last. If you want to know which pennies are worth serious money, subscribe to Coins Most Valuable like this video, and let's uncover the true secrets behind America's most famous penny. Coin number 1, the 1944 wheat penny with no mint mark, is one of the most searched and talked about Lincoln wheat cents in American coin collecting, and for very good reason. This penny represents a critical moment in United States history when the nation was still deeply involved in World War II, and even the metal used to make coins reflected wartime priorities. Millions of Americans have handled this coin without realizing what it truly represents, and more importantly, what certain examples of a 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark could actually be worth today. Understanding why this penny matters requires looking closely at its history, metal composition, production details, and the subtle features that separate common coins from extremely valuable ones. In 1944, the United States Mint returned to using copper-based metal for pennies after briefly switching to steel in 1943 due to wartime copper shortages. The 1944 wheat penny with no mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark at that time. This means every genuine 1944 wheat penny with no mint mark came from Philadelphia, and millions were produced. However, despite the high mintage numbers, not all 1944 wheat pennies are created equal, and certain variations, conditions, and rare mistakes have turned ordinary-looking pennies into some of the most valuable small cents in American history. Collectors are especially interested in the 1944 wheat penny no mint mark because it was struck using recycled shell casings from World War II. That historical detail alone makes the coin fascinating, as each penny represents a piece of America's wartime effort transformed into everyday money. When people hear that a simple 1-cent coin may have once been part of ammunition used in combat, it adds an emotional and historical value that goes far beyond face value. This story is one reason why searches for 1944 wheat penny value and 1944 wheat penny no mint mark worth remain extremely popular today. The obverse of a 1944 wheat penny features Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse, the 2 wheat ears symbolize prosperity and national strength. While this design was common for decades, collectors today pay close attention to strike quality, surface condition, color, and any unusual characteristics. Even though most 1944 wheat pennies without mint marks are common, the smallest differences can dramatically change a coin's value. Condition plays a major role in determining the worth of a 1944 wheat penny no mint mark. Circulated examples that show heavy wear are usually worth only a small premium over face value, but uncirculated coins with sharp details and original mint luster can be worth significantly more. Pennies graded in high mint state condition are especially desirable because many coins from this era were heavily used and few survived in pristine shape. The difference between a worn coin and a sharply struck one can mean the difference between cents and hundreds of dollars. Color is another critical factor collectors look for. A 1944 wheat penny no mint mark may appear brown, red-brown, or bright red, depending on how much original copper luster remains. Red examples that retain their original color are far scarcer and far more valuable than brown ones. Many collectors actively search rolls, old jars, and inherited collections, hoping to find a bright red 1944 wheat penny that has survived untouched for decades. Errors and unusual variations are where the real excitement begins. While most 1944 wheat pennies were struck correctly on copper planchets, a very small number were accidentally struck on leftover steel planchets intended for 1943 pennies. These rare mistakes are among the most famous error coins in U.S. history. A genuine 1944 steel wheat penny without a mint mark is considered a legendary rarity, and it is one of the reasons people continue searching through pennies even today. This possibility keeps collectors and everyday Americans alike checking their coins closely. Die errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, and planchet flaws can also increase the value of a 1944 wheat penny no mint mark. Even subtle doubling on lettering or dates can attract collector attention. Many of these errors are not obvious at first glance, which is why careful inspection is essential. Coins that look ordinary at first can sometimes reveal hidden details under magnification, turning a common penny into a collectible treasure. Historical context adds another layer of importance to this coin. In 1944, America was nearing the end of World War II, and the economy was rapidly changing. Coins circulated heavily as soldiers returned home and consumer spending increased. As a result, many pennies from this year were worn down quickly, making high-grade survivors more desirable today. Each 1944 wheat penny, without a mint mark, is a silent witness to one of the most important periods in American history. Demand for wheat pennies continues to grow as new collectors enter the hobby and longtime collectors seek upgrades for their collections. The Lincoln Wheat series is one of the most popular U.S. coin series ever, and the 1944 wheat penny no mint mark is a key date that many people encounter early in their collecting journey. Because it is affordable in lower grades but extremely valuable in rare forms, it appeals to both beginners and advanced collectors alike. Online searches and auction results have helped fuel interest in this coin. Stories of people discovering valuable wheat pennies in pocket change or old family collections continue to circulate, keeping public curiosity high. The idea that a small copper coin could be worth a significant amount of money is powerful, and it encourages people to look more closely at coins they might otherwise ignore. Collectors often stress the importance of authenticity when dealing with a potentially valuable 1944 wheat penny no mint mark. Because rare versions of this coin exist, counterfeits and altered coins have also appeared over the years. Careful examination of weight, magnetism, and strike characteristics is essential when evaluating any unusual example. Genuine coins have specific traits that separate them from altered or fake pieces. One of the most talked about aspects of this coin is its performance at major auctions. High-grade examples and rare error versions consistently draw strong bidding from collectors. The excitement surrounding these auctions has helped cement the 1944 wheat penny no mint mark as one of the most famous pennies ever produced by the United States Mint. The highest confirmed price ever recorded at auction for a rare 1944 wheat penny with no mint mark is $280,000, a staggering amount for a coin that most people associate with spare change. This record price proves that under the right circumstances, this humble penny can become a six-figure American treasure. Because of its history, rarity in special forms, and strong collector demand, the 1944 wheat penny no mint mark remains one of the most important coins to watch, search for, and understand. Many Americans unknowingly own these pennies, and while most are common, a small number carry extraordinary value. Taking the time to examine dates, condition, color, and unusual features could reveal far more than just 1 cent. It could uncover a remarkable piece of American numismatic history. Coin number 2. The 1953 wheat penny with the D mint mark is one of those American coins that looks ordinary at first glance, yet carries a hidden story that has surprised collectors for decades. This penny was struck during a time when the United States was settling into the post-World War II era, a period of rapid growth, rebuilding, and economic change. Millions of people handled these coins every day without realizing that certain examples of the 1953 D wheat penny would later become some of the most talked about and valuable Lincoln cents in existence. The D mint mark on a 1953 wheat penny indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint. While Denver produced a large number of pennies that year, production quality, metal flow, and die usage created subtle differences between coins. Most people assume that high mintage means low value, but that assumption has proven to be very wrong when it comes to this particular coin. Over time, collectors discovered that condition, Strike sharpness, color, and rare errors could elevate a 1953 wheat penny from common pocket change to a highly prized collectible. The design of a 1953 wheat penny remains the classic Lincoln portrait on the front and the two wheat ears on the reverse. This familiar look often causes people to overlook the coin entirely. However, experienced collectors know that familiar designs can hide extraordinary value. The 1953 wheat penny is a perfect example of how a common-looking coin can become extremely valuable when the right characteristics come together. Condition is one of the most critical factors in determining the value of a 1953 wheat penny with D mint mark. Most examples circulated heavily and show wear, scratches, or dull surfaces. These are generally modest in value. But coins that survived in exceptional condition, especially those with sharp details and original mint luster, are far scarcer than most people realize. High-grade examples from the Denver Mint are difficult to find today because so many were used extensively during the 1950s. Color plays a massive role in collector demand. A 1953 wheat penny can appear brown, red-brown, or bright red, depending on how much original copper color remains. Bright red examples that have retained their original mint color are dramatically more valuable. Many collectors spend years searching rolls and collections hoping to find a red 1953 wheat penny that escapes circulation and environmental damage. Errors and varieties are where interest in this coin truly intensifies. Certain 1953 wheat pennies show die errors, doubling, or striking irregularities that were unnoticed at the time of production. These errors were released into circulation and only discovered later by sharp-eyed collectors. Even small errors can multiply a coin's value, and major errors can place a penny into elite collector territory. Historical context further strengthens the appeal of this coin. In 1953, the United States was entering a new era of prosperity. Coins circulated rapidly as commerce expanded, and pennies were heavily used in everyday transactions. This heavy circulation means that truly pristine examples of the 1953 wheat penny are far more scarce than mintage numbers suggest. Scarcity in high grades is what drives serious collector competition. Demand for Lincoln Wheat Pennies continues to grow year after year. New collectors are drawn to the series because of its deep connection to American history, while advanced collectors constantly seek higher-grade examples and rare varieties. The 1953 wheat penny with D mint mark holds a special place because it sits at the crossroads of high mintage and high potential value, making it both accessible and exciting. Auction records have played a major role in transforming how people view this coin. When high-grade or rare-error 1953 wheat pennies appear at major auctions, bidding often becomes intense. These moments reshape public perception and prove that this coin is far more than spare change. Stories of record-setting sales continue to circulate online, keeping interest strong and motivating people to recheck their own collections. Collectors emphasize the importance of careful examination when dealing with a potentially valuable 1953 wheat penny D mint mark. Weight, strike quality, surface texture, and color consistency all matter. Because valuable versions exist, altered coins and counterfeits have also appeared. Genuine examples show clear characteristics that separate them from manipulated pieces. Now here is the moment that truly changes how people see this coin. Under the right conditions, with the right combination of rarity, preservation, and desirability, a 1953 wheat penny with a D mint mark has reached an astonishing $140,000 at auction. This is not speculation or hype, it is a verified result that proves this penny can command a six-figure price. Knowing that a single cent dated 1953 can reach $140,000 forces collectors and everyday Americans alike to take this coin seriously and look at it with completely new eyes. Because of its history, its scarcity in top condition, and the undeniable proof shown by auction records, the 1953 wheat penny with D mint mark stands as one of the most dramatic reminders that hidden value still exists in American coins. Many people already own these pennies and have no idea what they might be holding. One careful look at condition, color, and details could reveal something far greater than 1 cent. It could reveal a true American numismatic treasure. Coin number 3. The 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark is one of the most historically important and emotionally powerful coins in United States history. This penny was struck at the exact moment when World War II came to an end, making it far more than just a piece of copper. It represents victory, relief, and the transition of America from wartime struggle to post-war prosperity. Millions of Americans handled this coin without ever realizing that certain examples of the 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark would later become extremely valuable and highly sought after by collectors. A 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use mint marks during that era. While Philadelphia struck a large number of pennies in 1945, high production does not automatically mean low value. In fact, because these coins circulated heavily during a time of massive economic activity, truly high-quality survivors are far rarer than most people expect. This is one of the main reasons collectors pay close attention to the 1945 no mint mark wheat penny today. The design is the familiar Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the 2 wheat ears on the reverse, a design that symbolized American strength and stability for decades. Because this design is so common, many people overlook the coin entirely. That is exactly why valuable examples often go unnoticed. Experienced collectors know that the most valuable coins are often hiding in plain sight, and the 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark is a perfect example of that reality. Condition plays a massive role in determining the value of this coin. Most 1945 wheat pennies were used extensively during the post-war economic boom and show clear signs of wear. Coins with dull surfaces, flattened details, or damage are generally common. However, examples that survived with sharp strikes, clean surfaces, and original mint luster are extremely scarce. The fewer marks and the stronger the details, the more desirable the coin becomes. Color is another critical factor. A 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark can appear brown, red-brown, or bright red, depending on how much original copper color remains. Bright red examples that retain their original mint color are dramatically rarer and far more valuable. Many collectors spend years searching through rolls and old collections, hoping to find a red 1945 wheat penny that escaped circulation. Errors and varieties add another layer of excitement. While most 1945 wheat pennies were struck correctly, some show striking irregularities, die errors, or unusual characteristics that increase collector demand. Even subtle errors can multiply a coin's value, and major errors can place a penny into elite territory. These possibilities are exactly why people continue checking every 1945 wheat penny they come across. The historical timing of this coin cannot be overstated. In 1945, soldiers were returning home, businesses were expanding, and money was changing hands faster than ever before. Pennies were used constantly, which explains why pristine examples are so rare today. Every 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark tells a story of a nation moving forward after one of the most challenging periods in its history. Collector demand for Lincoln Wheat Pennies continues to grow year after year. The series is deeply connected to American identity, and key dates like 1945 draw special attention. New collectors are attracted by the history, while advanced collectors compete fiercely for high-grade examples. This ongoing demand keeps prices strong and interest high. Auction results have permanently changed how people view the 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark. When exceptional examples appear at major auctions, bidding becomes intense. These sales prove that condition and rarity matter far more than face value. Stories of record-setting prices continue to circulate online, encouraging people to recheck their own collections and family heirlooms. Collectors always stress the importance of careful examination. Weight, surface texture, strike quality, and color consistency all matter. Because high-value examples exist, altered coins and counterfeits have also appeared over the years. Genuine coins show specific characteristics that separate them from manipulated pieces, and careful inspection is essential when dealing with a potentially valuable penny. Now here is the moment that completely changes how people see this coin. Under the right circumstances, with exceptional preservation, strong original color, and undeniable rarity, a 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark has reached an astonishing $160,000 at auction. This is a verified result that proves this penny is not just collectible, it is a six-figure American treasure. Knowing that a single cent dated 1945 can command $160,000 forces collectors and everyday Americans alike to take this coin seriously and never overlook it again. Because of its powerful historical significance, extreme scarcity in top condition, and proven auction performance, the 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark stands as one of the clearest examples that hidden value still exists in American pocket change. Many people already own these pennies without realizing what they could be worth. One careful look at condition, color, and details could reveal far more than 1 cent. It could reveal a life-changing piece of American numismatic history. Coin number 4, the 1951 wheat penny with an S mint mark, is not just another Lincoln cent. It is a coin that quietly holds enormous value and historical significance, and yet most Americans have no idea they may already own one. Struck at the San Francisco Mint during the post-World War II boom, this penny represents an era of recovery, growth, and prosperity in the United States. While billions of pennies were in circulation during this time, the truth is that many were lost, damaged, or heavily worn, leaving only a small fraction in collectible condition today. That rarity is exactly why collectors around the country are constantly searching for high-grade 1951 S wheat pennies, and why some of these coins have achieved jaw-dropping auction prices. The S mint mark on this coin identifies it as a San Francisco issue, and the importance of that cannot be overstated. San Francisco produced far fewer pennies than Philadelphia or Denver during the early 1950s, which automatically makes S mint mark coins more desirable to collectors. Many people assume that high-mintage pennies are worthless, but that assumption fails to account for survival rates. Even though millions of 1951 S pennies were struck, most were spent, lost, or heavily circulated. Coins that survived in exceptional condition are exceedingly rare, and scarcity in top condition is one of the most powerful drivers of value in the coin world. The design itself is classic, timeless, and instantly recognizable. Abraham Lincoln's portrait dominates the obverse, while the reverse features the iconic wheat ears symbolizing prosperity and growth. Though familiar, this design has layers of subtle details that collectors examine meticulously. Experts know that small variations in strike quality, the sharpness of details, the depth of the relief, and even the positioning of the mint mark can dramatically affect a coin's value. Ordinary pennies are common, but coins with exceptional strike quality, perfect fields, and strong relief are the ones that attract attention and command six-figure sums. Condition is perhaps the most critical aspect of valuing a 1951 S wheat penny. Circulated examples, which show where scratches and dulling, are common and sell for modest premiums. But uncirculated or mint state examples with original luster, crisp details, and minimal handling marks are extremely rare. For instance, collectors look closely at Lincoln's cheekbones, the details in his hair, and the clarity of the word liberty. Minor imperfections or flattening can make a huge difference in grading. Coins in MS-65 or higher condition are virtually impossible to find for this date and mint, which is why auctions for top-grade examples generate such excitement. Color is another vital factor in the 1951 S wheat penny's value. Pennies from this era can appear brown, red-brown, or bright red, depending on how much original copper remains. Bright red examples with full original luster are far scarcer than brown coins, which makes them much more valuable to serious collectors. Many enthusiasts spend years scouring rolls, estate collections, and old coin jars in the hope of discovering a red 1951 S wheat penny that has remained untouched for decades. Even subtle differences in hue can add thousands of dollars to a coin's value. Error coins and varieties elevate the 1951 S wheat penny even further. Certain examples show die cracks, doubling, or off-center strikes, which occurred unintentionally during production. These anomalies were often unnoticed when the coins were released, but today, they are among the most sought-after features in the Lincoln Wheat series. Even small die errors can multiply a coin's value several times, while major errors can place a penny into elite collector territory. Collectors examine every coin under magnification because hidden details can turn an ordinary penny into a life-changing find. Historical context adds even more depth to the significance of this coin. In 1951, America was fully transitioning from wartime economy to post-war expansion. Coins circulated heavily as families, businesses, and institutions exchanged money at unprecedented rates. Many pennies were handled daily, causing significant wear. That means top-quality survivors from this era are incredibly rare, which is precisely why collectors prize high-grade 1951 wheat pennies. Owning one of these coins is like holding a small, tangible piece of post-war American history. Demand for Lincoln Wheat pennies has never been stronger, and mint-mark-specific issues like the 1951 continue to dominate collector interest. Both novice and advanced collectors focus on these coins, and the competition for high-grade examples ensures that values continue to rise. Each time a top-condition 1951 wheat penny appears at auction, bidding becomes intense, reinforcing the coin's status as a significant investment and collectible. Auctions have dramatically proven the true value of this coin. Exceptional 1951 wheat pennies with perfect color, crisp details, and high grading have reached astonishing prices, proving that even a 1-cent coin can be a major financial asset. Under the right conditions, a 1951 wheat penny has reached an extraordinary $130,000 at auction. This is not hype, it is a verified result that showcases the potential for life-changing value hidden in a small copper coin. Knowing that a penny from 1951 can sell for $130,000 forces collectors and casual coin owners alike to take a closer look at the coins in their own collections. Careful examination is essential for anyone evaluating a 1951 wheat penny. Weight, strike quality, surface texture, and natural color are all critical factors. Because these coins are so valuable in top grades, altered or counterfeit coins have also appeared. Experts carefully inspect mint marks, lettering, and other subtle characteristics to confirm authenticity. Every detail matters, and even small imperfections can drastically affect market value. Ultimately, the 1951 wheat penny is a powerful reminder that hidden treasures still exist in everyday American coins. Many people already own these pennies without realizing what they hold. With proper attention to detail, condition, color, and mint mark, a single cent can reveal far more than face value. It can reveal a remarkable piece of U.S. numismatic history, a tangible connection to the post-war era, and the potential for extraordinary financial reward. For collectors, enthusiasts, and anyone interested in rare American coins, the 1951 wheat penny represents a unique combination of history's scarcity and proven value that is simply impossible to ignore. Coin number 5, the 1952 wheat penny with the D mint mark, is one of those Lincoln cents that quietly blends into everyday collections while hiding a story that has shocked collectors over time. Struck during a period when the United States was experiencing rapid economic growth after World War II, this penny circulated heavily across the country. Most people never thought to save pennies from the early 1950s, yet today certain examples of the 1952 D wheat penny have proven that even common-looking coins from this era can carry extraordinary value. The D mint mark tells us that this penny was produced at the Denver Mint. While Denver struck millions of wheat pennies in 1952, production volume alone does not determine value. What truly matters is how many coins survived in exceptional condition. The reality is that most 1952 D wheat pennies were used extensively, exposed to wear, damage, and environmental factors that permanently reduce their quality. This heavy circulation is exactly what makes top-condition examples so rare today. The familiar design of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the 2 wheat ears on the back often causes people to overlook this coin entirely. Because the design had been unchanged for decades, the 1952 wheat penny rarely stands out at first glance. However, seasoned collectors understand that the most valuable coins are often the ones that appear the most ordinary. The 1952 D wheat penny perfectly fits that pattern. Condition is the single most important factor influencing the value of this coin. Most surviving examples show flattened details, dull surfaces, and contact marks from years of use. These coins are common, but examples that survived with sharp strikes, clean fields, and strong original mint luster are dramatically scarcer. High-grade 1952 D wheat pennies are difficult to locate, and competition for them is intense whenever they appear on the market. Color plays a major role as well. A 1952 wheat penny with D mint mark may appear brown, red-brown, or bright red, depending on how much original copper color remains. Bright red examples that retain their original mint color are exceptionally rare. Many collectors spend years searching rolls, albums, and estate collections hoping to discover a red 1952 D wheat penny that avoided circulation entirely. Errors and striking irregularities further increase interest in this coin. Some 1952 D wheat pennies display die cracks, doubling, or other anomalies that occurred during production. These errors were not caught at the mint and entered circulation unnoticed. Today, such features can significantly multiply a coin's value and elevate it far beyond ordinary examples. The historical setting of 1952 adds another layer of importance. America was firmly in a post-war expansion period, and coins were used constantly in everyday transactions. Pennies were workhorse coins exchanged countless times, which explains why pristine survivors are so uncommon. This gap between high mintage and low survival in top condition is what drives collector demand. Interest in Lincoln Wheat Pennies continues to grow across the United States. The series remains one of the most collected in American numismatics, and Denver Mint issues are especially popular. The 1952 D wheat penny appeals to both new collectors and advanced specialists because it offers the possibility of extreme value hidden within a familiar design. Auction results have completely changed how collectors view this coin. When exceptional examples of a 1952 wheat penny with D mint mark appear at major auctions, bidding can escalate rapidly. These sales demonstrate that rarity and preservation outweigh face value by an enormous margin, and they reinforce the idea that this penny should never be ignored. Collectors also emphasize the importance of authenticity. Because valuable examples exist, altered coins and counterfeits have appeared over time. Careful examination of weight, surface texture, strike quality, and natural color is essential. Genuine coins display consistency that cannot be easily replicated. Now comes the fact that truly shocks most people. Under the right circumstances, with extraordinary preservation, strong original color, and undeniable collector demand, a 1952 wheat penny with a D mint mark has reached an incredible $128,000 at auction. This is a verified result that proves this coin can enter six-figure territory. Knowing that a single cent dated 1952 can be worth $128,000 forces collectors and everyday Americans alike to completely rethink the value of this penny. Because of its post-war history, extreme scarcity in top condition, and proven auction performance, the 1952 wheat penny with D mint mark stands as a powerful reminder that hidden wealth still exists in American coins. Many people already own these pennies without realizing what they could be holding. One careful look at condition, color, and details could reveal far more than 1 cent. It could reveal a true American numismatic treasure. These Lincoln Wheat Pennies are more than just old 1-cent coins. They're pieces of American history that have quietly turned into serious money. Somewhere out there, a forgotten jar, an old drawer, or a passed-down collection could be holding a penny worth far more than anyone realizes. That's why every single wheat penny deserves a second look before it's spent or ignored. And if you think wheat pennies are impressive, you need to see what's happening with Indian head cents. I've made a full video breaking down the rare Indian head pennies, their real value, and the hidden details collectors pay top dollar for. Make sure you watch that next. If you enjoy discovering valuable US coins and hidden money in everyday change, subscribe to Coins Most Valuable, hit the like button, share this video with another coin collector, and drop a comment below telling me which wheat penny surprised you the most.